Hey.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Oh, interesting. I can't ask him for a checkup. How curious.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Huh. Well, we have more things to explore. So Mortimer does have fatigue. A little bit of fatigue. Prevent disease. Don't cough. Just don't cough. It's not, you know, the vampire cough or anything. It kind of would be funny if they said do the vampire cough. You know, because of the vampire. But...
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Doctor?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am THOREAU Strickland, Dr. THOREAU Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'll give you some advice, but understand that nothing beats practical experience, which can be exhausting and solitary work.
Of course, sir. And don't worry, I will never allow myself to be a burden, neither to you nor this hospital.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Yep. THOREAU's experiments in blood transfusion have not been successful yet. Yeah, because he's inspired by my work. And I am good about that. Huh, okay.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Yeah.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
And new citizen investigation is available. Well, I'm working on a bunch of them already. Let's work on THELMA's for right now.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Yeah. It does seem like that's the case.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Harvey Fiddick. Harvey is blaming himself for his injury. Sort of.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Well, there we go.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Ooh, let's find out if that right bumper checkup right there sort of ruined the tone for this character. I'm all right. It's the freaking arm that's broken.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Yeah, tends to be mostly the same thing, though. Just with a... Well, carpenters also are responsible for the lives of people if they do some bad jobs.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Oh, that's why he blames himself. So it might... Harvey's wife died during the war. It might be that he did indeed... It was indeed an accident. But that was weird. He lied about the reason he got hurt.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Huh. That question about self-harm there. It felt a little bit out of place. No, I mean, not really out of place.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yep. I guess that's it for him.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen.
Oh.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
I do remember hearing him say that. What is this thing? Unfinished letter. Pembroke Hospital, 2 of November. My dear children, sorry I did not write to you before, but it hurts like hell just to write these few words on bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as the doctors fix his arm. In the meantime, if you need something, go see Mr. Chadwick at the construction site and tell him you are Harvey Fiddick's children. You remember Robert Chadwick? The big guy with a mustache who helped me repair the house doors last spring? Go see him and ask for a few bob. He won't refuse to spare you a few. I'm sorry I can't work anymore for now, but we'll figure out something as soon as I'm out. Don't worry, everything will be fine as soon as Daddy's arm is strong again. As soon as the doctors have fixed my arm, Huh. Harvey will not be able to feed his family as long as his arm is injured. Well, yeah, he said that.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
You seem worried about the safety of your family, and it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
I think we did it. We did the whole thing.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm
I
the
think
children,
I
Helen.
got all of his
As
lines.
for me,
Let's go in here.
Benefit of the doubt.
Excuse me, am I interrupting? Because, you know.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right now, Doctor. But I'm fine, thank you.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
GOSWICK.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
Yes, we got this.
I don't mean to be a burden.
Oh. Well, I don't have medicine, but that's what that checkup is.
I will see you later.
Okay.
I have to go now, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so I know how that works now. That's good news. I talked to you,
What can I do for you, Doctor?
but I don't think I checked up on her. I can't. Dorothy cannot be checked up on.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I wonder why. I wonder what decides that. What's that sound? I mean, I do have the investigation here. Strickland. You're not Ackroyd. You're the one that likes me, right?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Was it always raining? It wasn't always raining. Anyway, let's see what this is all about. 30 meters. Oh, it's in here. It's in here. Find who's spying on THELMA. It seems to be on the other side of the road. It seems to be centered on one of these buildings. Oh, wait. There was an entrance back here. It was locked. But not anymore. I could take them on. Come on. There we go. That works well enough. Got some money and a lead stick. So these were the guys that were... the vampire hunters were spying on her. 25th of October, from the Guard of Priwen Command Post to East End Patrols. Object Vampire Activity Hospital Survey Investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in the Pembroke Hospital, London East End. All we have is her first name, THELMA. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech. Then report directly back to us, and we will decide what action should be taken. And there's a symbol as well, which is a cross with a little umbrella thing on top. THELMA is suspected by Priwen agents to be a real vampire. Because of course she is. Common handle part and a bottle of alcohol. Well, this place has seen better days. I wouldn't get into this house. The floor is all rickety. You just go through the floor. But that worked out. It was on the other side of the street, as it turns out. I'm breaking all the things. So I think now I need to go back to THELMA and tell her the good news. No, actually, it's terrible news. I actually don't know if I should tell her at all. Excuse me. Where's Pipa? What are you doing back here?
It's locked.
Oh, this one isn't. It's got a letter in it. Birmingham, 27th October. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again, and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor? She passed away 2 days ago, and her flat is already occupied again. Geez, you would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago. Sorry, I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mum, Dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his, quote, Auntie Pippa, unquote. You should see the little bugger, already driving me mad. And Mum says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes the next time you come back home. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There are always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit, and it's as boring as a day without a shag. Oh, I have a new fiancé, and no, I'm no slut, you moral bitch, you. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. The Guard of Priwen? Something like that? Never heard of them. But if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then maybe it's a good choice for you. Just to be sure, let the others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France, but leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back soon as soon as you can, and give me all the good news before that. I'm your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mum, and Dad. Pippa is thinking about quitting the Pembroke Hospital. Pippa?
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pippa, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
How about being more than a nurse? How about becoming a doctor then?
But you're doing something important here. For all the patients who need your help.
We save lives, sure. Each time we send a cured patient home, it's a relief beyond words. But since the epidemic, I feel so powerless.
Pippa has felt useless as a nurse since the beginning of the epidemic.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
And that, I think, explains why Hoppins... No, what's his name? Hickens? It starts with an H and ends with an S. That explains why I had all of his secrets, but I didn't have all of his unlocked dialogue. So as soon as I find him, we'll be able to have a chat. There you are.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Well, that finishes his dialogue, I suppose.
Goodbye, Milton.
For now, I suppose. Maybe later. So, oh yeah, we still need to talk to Thelma about the good news.
The daily routine.
About what? About the use of garlic in wooden stakes. Dear brothers, I must now draw your attention to a very important point the use of garlic as a protection against vampires. Let's be crystal clear on the subject. Garlic will never protect you against those creatures. No matter how fresh, how strong, and how smelly garlic is, totally useless as a defense. I can never say enough how damaging that novel of Bram Stoker... That's, Dracula, I think? Bram Stoker? Yes, of course. A population of Slavic countries place garlic cloves in coffins. Yes, of course. Inhabitants of Santorini Island hang garlic on their windows. There would be so much to write about this place, and someday soon. I hope to go back to this island to further explore its occult tradition, but that is not to protect the living from the devil. It is to tell the dead that they are aware of their malevolence. It is a symbol, nothing more and nothing less. So please, by all means, yes, wear garlic, show garlic, hang garlic, and tell the shadows that you are not afraid. But if you're looking for supernatural protection, you will have to search much deeper in the forgotten secrets of the occult tradition. For here is the truth. My fellow brothers, garlic does not repel vampire. but all the fresh plants will hurt them. It is as if their body could not stand the presence of botanical elements. I have seen an enraged vulp flee when whacked with a rose. Yes, a simple rose. I have witnessed a violent Echen fall down and beg for mercy when struck by a wooden stake. I don't know why it's so effective, and I would give my left arm to find the answer to that mystery. But the truth remains, nevertheless, vampires are very sensitive to fresh herbs, plants, and woods. And this is from Facing the Shadows, How and Why by Usher Talltree. I wonder if these are actually real texts. Because, you know, you could actually... that people believed all sorts of weird things in Edwardian times, or... that this would be Edwardian times, but Victorian times as well that came before. I think it would be King Edward. Hey, where's Thelma? She's never around, is she? I think she's around.
Damn.
I just need to find her. There she is.
Good evening, Miss HOWCROFT. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
Thelma has witnessed a vampire kill a prey.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss HOWCROFT. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Oh no. Oh no. That's it for her dialogue.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Someone pushed my blanket. Oh no, I finished her. She's not gonna be okay. That's not good. She's gonna die. She's gonna be killed by a vampire hunter. Well, we did finish the investigation. Or did we? Find the local command post of the Guard of Priwen. No, we did not. How curious. It's actually really far away. It's across the river. Let's go there. This is where there's that bad thing. I don't like the bad thing. In fact, I think the bad thing will kill me. Level 18. That's pretty bad. Okay. I don't know what that does. It doesn't seem to have affected me. That affected me.